Next up in lesson 8, we're going to be looking at changing clip speed or duration, and we will also take a look at the rate stretch tool. So if you don't already have it open, go ahead and open O3 speed and duration. This clip is normally 20 seconds long, as you can see here. And one of the first things it wants us to do is right click on the clip and choose speed and duration. Once you've chose that, you get this dialog box that comes up. And right now you can see it's playing at 100%. Our duration is 20 seconds. You have a choice to reverse speed, which means it plays in a reverse order. Maintain audio pitch. So keep this in mind as you speed up or slow down a clip. You may make the voice tones go up higher or go lower. As you speed stuff up, you kind of get more of that chipmunk sound. And as you slow it down, you get that deeper voice. So if you click this, it should avoid the highs and lows. Also, you can choose ripple edit, shifting, trailing clips. So that has to do with adjusting and leaving the empty gap when you make something sped up. You can also do time interpolation, frame sampling, frame blending, or optical flow. So right now the book is wanting us to change our duration to 200%. So keep an eye on our timeline. See right here it says 10, and I say okay. The clip got half the length, making it 200% speed. You can also see right here it says 200%, just like we noticed in one of the other clips in the previous lesson or video. Of course, the book is wanting us to undo this, so Command Z or Control Z if you're on a Mac or PC. And then next up, it's going to have us do the shortcut, so Command R or Control R will open that window back up because this clip was still selected. Once you get the box, you're now going to make sure that these are unlinked here. This here chain is considered ganged or unganged, and as you toggle the icon back and forth, it turns on and off. Basically, if the chain is broken, you can change your speed or duration settings without them updating each other. And when the settings are linked, they'll change together. So this time it says change this to 50. And notice our time has not changed there. Let's see if the book has us doing anything else. Okay, so the clip is now played back at a slower speed with the unlinked duration, so it's also the same length as the timeline. And even though it's slower, it's trimming itself to still maintain that 20 seconds. So had we left that chain selected, it would have made the clip significantly longer here. The next thing it also wants us to do is reverse the playback. So we'll pull it back up and choose reverse. Try and make sure it's not needing to be rechained. Okay. So we're going to leave the speed at 50% and we've chose reverse speed. Say okay. So now we're seeing a different section of this clip because it's reversing the action. You'll also notice that there's a negative 50% right here instead of a positive 50% like we had before. So that's one of the ways you can determine if footage is reversed by just looking in your timeline. Okay, so that's what they were taking a look at with speeding it up, slowing it down, and reversing the footage. One of the next things we're going to take a look at is sequence 04. It's the rate stretch tool. So now we have 3 clips here that are video, and then we have a separate audio track below it. You can see it goes basically 20 seconds and 2 frames. And what it wants us to do is fill in these gaps for each of these clips. So instead of having our selection tool, which is V on your shortcuts, we're going to choose under the ripple edit, click and hold. You want rate stretch, which is R on your keyboard. Once you have this tool selected, you come over and you grab the end of the first clip and you're going to drag it to the right until it reaches the left edge of the clip. You're going to repeat this process, and notice you can now see this says 37.91, and when we repeat it again for the second clip, this one says 48.95, and then this last one, it wants us to bring it till the end of the music. Let's see, it's being stubborn. And it's not cooperating. Alright, so it says drag the right edge of the third clip until it matches the end of the audio. So it should work. And it's not liking that. There we go. So it matters where you click on it. Usually this tool works real well for me, but apparently it was being sensitive about where I was grabbing it. So just be careful as you're grabbing those. Alright, now it wants us to play this, and you should notice because everything is kind of at a different speed, it's going to look a little jumpy. Okay. So we saw how those play with just the rate stretch tool. So now the book wants us to move back to our selection tool, and it wants us to hit Control A or Command A, and it should grab all of our clips there. We do not need our audio clip, so I can hold Control or Shift and deselect it. It's Shift on your keyboard. So we have these three clips selected. What we want to now do is right click on any of the three clips, and we're going to choose time interpolation right here, and then choose optical flow. And once you've chosen that, it's going to smooth the playback. Notice it turned red, so it would have to be rendered to get it play properly. But let's see if we can just get it to play and give us a little bit better results. So it's trying to create that optical mathematical equation between the three clips instead of having them feel as jumpy as they were. So you can get a little bit better results when you're doing it this way. So that was the second time around with that.